They are making a difference on 938 Live.
They built the foundations of our healthcare industry, which is now renowned for being world-class, boasting high standards of practice and service. SGH recently paid tribute to some of the pioneers of SGH and Singapore's healthcare industry, including Mr. Albert Lee from the Department of Physiotherapy. Mr. Lee is 75 years old and still serving in the department, which led me to ask why he's still working.
Why? Because I think most probably I feel that I can still contribute and my services are needed. Secondly, if my health permit, of course I will carry on as long as I can.
How many years have you been in healthcare?
I've been in healthcare since 1957. That will be 57 years.
What made you decide to join?
First, I worked as a dispensing assistant. Now they call it a pharmacy technician. That was to distribute medication that the doctor has prescribed. Partly because there was a scholarship came around asking for applicants. So I fancied that I should take up physiotherapy instead of radiography, which was very popular then, because I was a male. And my father partly was in ill health. He has a special spinal lesion. So he's a very mild paraplegic. So I thought this might be helpful with this knowledge to help in the future for my father. And I find the course is also very interesting, partly because this will not only help the patients I treat, it can be very helpful for the family that are around you or friends, or in a community where I go to church. They will ask me about problems about what's wrong with their body and what can they do to help themselves.
Mr. Lee, as a healthcare practitioner who has been in the industry in Singapore for so many years, has your view of the industry or your view of your own role in the industry changed?
I think it has changed partly because it is much more well known. During my days, in the early days when I joined physiotherapy, most of the patients are treated by the communities. Like the Malay will go to the Bomo, the Chinese will go to the TCM, like the Titayi San, they call the Chinese bone sectors. So very few will come to hospital for physiotherapy.
So it's changed in that way. Do you feel like your role is more important these days? And when do you think that turning point was?
I think the government has recognized that partly because now we have a state registration for physiotherapists. You can't call yourself a physiotherapist, practice as a physiotherapist without being registered. That is the recognition by the state. And this has come upon, I think, for the last 5 years. We have been asking that for the last 30 years or more. But recently, then, I think because of a lot of people calling themselves physiotherapists in various treatments, trying to get this healthcare treatment.
What are some of the challenges that you faced along the way through your career?
Of course, in the early days, it is acute staff shortage. When SGH restructured in 1988-89, SGH only had 8 physiotherapists. But now he has slowly progressed to a state where we have 160, even more, I was told.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of your patients grow up with you or come back to you because they're loyal to you and your services. Have you built relationships with them over the years?
Yes, I have patients that I've seen more than 30 years ago still coming to see me.
And are you guys friends?
Yes, we have dinners together sometimes with families too.
And that was 75-year-old Mr. Albert Lee, one of the pioneers of our healthcare industry, as honoured by SGH in their recent tribute called Rooted in Excellence. Tomorrow we'll be speaking to another SGH pioneer. Thank you for listening. This has been They Are Making a Difference. I'm Daphne Lim.
They are making a difference on 938 Live.